main action back to the west of us, but that comes roaring in as we go into 6 to 7 o'clock tomorrow evening with, again, some supercell thunderstorms possibly producing wind damage in excess of 70 and perhaps a few isolated tornadoes. So we'll be watching that very closely. By 10 o'clock tomorrow night, things will begin to quiet down for most of us and the storms exit Acadiana, save for some lingering showers as we head toward midnight tomorrow night. Now, looking at the tornado spin potential based on the HRRR model, notice along and south of I-10, we could see a few spin ups, but once again, the marine layer is always a saving layer for severe weather around here. But this storm system is dynamic enough. We're going to have a low level jet in the 75, 80 mile per hour range. So the dynamics of the storm system may overcome that marine layer. And you can see the main spin potential for possible tornadoes staying along and south of the I-10 corridor. But anywhere in Acadiana, we could see damaging winds. And rainfall wise, I'm thinking 1 to 3 for most, isolated 3 to 5. So I would probably double all the rain estimates that we see here. The graph model's too weighted toward the northern portions of Acadiana, so we'll dispense with looking at that. So here are the wind gusts. As we look at the HRRR model, the winds pick up right around mid-morning, and then they start to get real gusty into the afternoon. 30, 40 mile per hour gusts, some 50 showing up in our model data. So we could certainly see those strong and gusty winds at any time ahead of the storms and then during the storms. And then as they pass, it'll quiet down going into tomorrow evening. And with those high winds, there's going to be a power outage threat. So some sporadic power outages possible tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening, especially with the less robust power systems in the more rural areas. You know who you are, and that will continue into tomorrow evening. So make sure you have another way of get your weather information during the course of tomorrow evening. Quiet overnight tonight, 44 the overnight low, and get ready. We're going to immerse you with a little bit more in the way of our graphics when we're talking high winds. Let's bring in the wind sound. You'll hear it coming in the background. So we're going to bring you more and more immersive weather as you move on. We're just starting with a little audio track right now, and then going into tomorrow night. It's going to be a stormy night for sure. Some severe storms, damaging winds will be likely. Gusts in the 40 to 45 mile an hour range likely, and much higher gusts as well down the road. Eventually cooling off as we head through the overnight hours and clearing out. It'll quiet down after midnight tomorrow night. At pretty intense velocity just north and east of Lake Charles. And let's just go ahead and put this in motion. We've been tracking the potential. Oh, here it is. Let's go back to the camera. Let me just center it right over this cell right here. This looks to be a tornado on the ground just to the east-northeast of the DeQuincy area as we're getting right along Highway 171. Strong rotation. I just queried this a little while ago. 113 mile an hour winds on the backside, 70, 80 mile an hour winds on the front side. So that's a circulation strong enough to support an EF2 tornado. So we'll watch this. We have no confirmation of anything on the ground at this point. But as we do some of our storm tracking here, you'll notice that the Doppler's been tracking rotating storms across the region. You see one over here, and we'll kind of zoom out a little bit and show you those storms that are pretty much all across southwestern Louisiana, showing signs of rotation and possibly tornado vortex signatures. So some rough weather there, and there again kind of saved it. You can see this couplet right here developing as it moves off to the east. So at the very least, damaging winds in excess of 100 miles an hour are possible with this storm if those winds work their way down to the ground, and quite possibly there was a tornadic circulation there. We have going right now severe thunderstorm warnings in the orange, tornado warnings in the red, then the green are flood warnings. So you can see that severe thunderstorm warning. This one that pokes into Jeff Davis Parish goes until 5:45. And let's take a look at this tornado warning right here for that cell that is north and east of DeQuincy. That's in effect till 5:45 as well. So another half hour. National Weather Service out of Slidell is taking a look at this one in the New Roads area. Had 90 mile per hour winds. That was an EF1. 3 injuries, 3, we'll say, manufactured homes toppled over, one knocking another one over and another one flipped on its side. None of them were secured to the ground, so that's important to know. And there was another EF1 tornado, did some damage, but no injuries down by the Houma area at 95 mile per hour winds. National Weather Service taking all day long and maybe much of tomorrow to survey this. It could be 1 or more tornadoes in this area, but we had tornadic reports from Beauregard Parish through northwestern Calcasieu Parish and then back into southeast Texas.